What's up? It's a whole new day. Ow, beanie's itchy. And like I showed you the ice storm that was here yesterday, right? Today, it just looks as normal as it can get. No ice anywhere, and it's 50 degrees. So that definitely proves the saying, if you don't like the weather in Oklahoma, just wait 5 minutes and it'll change. So anyway, we're headed to the shop. We're gonna do some damn work today on the hatch, because I'm stir crazy and I'm tired of being in that house. Oh, and I never even finished wrapping the hood of the Vet. I still need to fold it over and do that stuff because I got tired and sleepy, so I went to bed. So we're gonna go to the hatch. We're gonna go to not the hatch. Wait, we are gonna go to the hatch, but we're gonna go to the shop. We're gonna go to the shop to work on the hatch. Does that make any sense? Okay, good. So that's what we're doing. We're headed to the shop right now to do some EF stuff so we can effing get it done. Did you get it? Did you get it? Y'all got that? Anyway, so that's where I'm headed right now. All right, so I'm headed there, and a really bumpy road right there. So I'm gonna go to the shop, work on some hatch, make some content, and you know, just enjoy the day with you guys, because that's what I like doing. All right, made it to the shop. I'm gonna finish up this radiator, so I gotta cut this L angle right here with my fancy dancy bandsaw thingy. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take it and cut me some L brackets down here. I gotta still fill this in right here, but I'm gonna cut some L angle, just some little brackets, weld them on here to hold the radiator up like it's supposed to. And that way it's all fancy pants. And then we gotta start trying to fit the hood, because that's the other deal. I got dark, light. That's the other thing I gotta do. I gotta try to fit that hood on there and get the hole cut out so I can make that pipe thing. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut this real quick, put you guys on a little thingy-majigger time lapse, and we'll go from there. All right, best thing to do, get you a speed square like this. Speed square, like that. Now I went 1.5 inches over, mark your line. That way you get a good straight line on that thing, you know? And then you put it on this side, this way, this way, this way. Then you get a straight line on it. We're gonna use this here fancy thing, put down my guard, and cut away. Man, it makes life a lot easier when you do it with the little thing. Focus! Hello, 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 hello. Anyway, like I said, 1.5 inches. You want to bring it over 1.5 inches. But that's what I'm doing anyway. 1.5 inches. You take, wow, take a little speed square, mark it up. Speed square, mark it up. I give you a good solid line, you know, solid line. Keep everything flush and happy. Flush and happy. Happy flush. Going in. Wow, get it straight now. Easy peasy. 2 of them. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take it over there. We're gonna take it over there, mark the holes where we need it, put them back in the vise, drill them. I kinda got it figured out. So we've got to basically flush the top of this L bracket to the top, basically where it was. And that will allow it to sit basically flush with the top right here. So I'm gonna mark this up, drill the hole that I need, and maybe put a tack or 2 on it and go from there. See if that'll work out. So we got the brackets made, and these right here are 7/16 holes, and I do have a universal grommet going in these, so it'll fit. Now let me grab this radiator, the old radiator, and show you guys what I done here. Down off there. Get this easy, fellas. And it actually sits in there pretty loosely. If I can get it to line up. Where is she? So like I said, we got it to line up. And let me check this. Well, I said we got it to line up, but something has happened. Take this back out. Need a little persuasion stick. Okay. Now we can test fit this thing, and like I was saying before, I want it to be pretty flush and pretty even with the top. That's my biggest thing. I like everything to be pretty dang flush. Now that there is a little tight, but with the rubber grommetos, let's see what you guys think. What do you think? To me that looks awful dang high, but I mean I bought it for the Civic. I don't understand. Anyway, so we are gonna go ahead and paint this right here and see if we can make a cool little bracket to go here. Or make a cool little bracket to go here. I don't understand why it looks so tall. This is definitely the radiator for the car. Huh. Now since we got the radiator fit in there nice, now I gotta make a top bracket. So I'm gonna get this diamond plate out, we're gonna bend it like we need it, and let me show you that. I'm actually gonna show you how I do it, not just talk about it. So what I like to do is I like to try to utilize every single damn thing that I got laying around the shop, which is this scrap ass piece of diamond plate. So I'm gonna take it, measure it out, make me some holes, and this is actually going to be our radiator support at the top. Not the radiator support, the radiator bracket support bracket thing that holds the radiator down to the thing. So I'm gonna get this, and we're gonna use this vise to make this happen. Okay, it's gonna look real dang fancy. So if you work in a glass company, we use these little rubber setting blocks every single day, all day long. And they're an 1/8 inch thick exactly. So what I like to do, and like I said, hey man, anyway, what I like to do is like to put them in between. It's kind of hard to do one-handed. I need to get a tripod, but you put them in between the radiator and the actual radiator support, and then you can kind of figure out where, you know, how far and deep, blah blah blah, you want it. That way you can establish kind of how long your bracket and stuff needs to be. So I'm thinking I'm gonna go with more of a 1/8 of an inch. And like we said, we were gonna go an 1/8 of an inch, right? So take your 1/8 inch setting block, set it in between there, and that'll give you a great distance between, and it looks weird because this side is, you know, it like does this weird thing, but anyway, don't worry about that. I like to take me a little piece of electrical tape and tape this thing down where I need it. Yeah, nope. Then take our tape measure, and it all kind of depends on, you know, where and how thick and big you want this thing, but I'm gonna go basically 3/4. That's 3/4 of the hole. We're gonna say 1.5 inches, and then we're gonna take that and break it at 1.5 inches. Probably need to write that down, don't I? Need to write that down. All right, handy dandy. So we're gonna come out like that, 1.5, right? Down 1.5 inches, and then we'll break it. And then once we break it, we'll come down probably 1.75 inches. So we're gonna come down this way at 1.75 and come back from 1.75 inches, because now you got to remember, once you got this little thing up here, this, you know, this weld that's up there, so you got to take into account for that. So you go 1.5 inches out, and then 1.75 inches, I'm sorry, yeah, 1.75 inches down, which will clear that height. And then you've got to go back, because I'm going to try to utilize a square hole, so we're going to go back 1.75 inches. So we'll make another leg at the bottom that's 1 3/4 inches. 1 3/4 inches. A little something like that. Know what I'm saying? Alright, so I measured it out, and I know this looks really rough right now, but as I was showing you on there, I measured it out, and it was supposed to be 5 inches. Obviously, if you add all these together, it comes out to 5 inches. This is your first bin, first bin, second bin, third bin. I added 1 inch just for play, you know, just in, you know, playroom. So I'm gonna cut this, and the easiest way I know to cut it, old trusty does the bandsaw again. So let's knock this here out, right quick like. Start over here. Oh, safety first. Safety first. Safety glasses. Probably a lot easier if this was on the ground. Yeah. Like I said, this doesn't matter right here. That's why I did it once. You better freaking focus, kid. Like I said, this little inch right here doesn't really matter because I'm gonna show you. We're going to do something a little different on the end here. So breaking it off like that doesn't really matter. So I'm going to take this and go ahead and shave it, and I'm gonna sand it, make it all fancy. What I plan on doing is cutting this and shaping it after I bend it, because there's a 1 inch difference between here and where it mounts on the radiator. So I'm gonna bend this up and see if we can make this thing work. And this sander right here makes really quick work of this. Like really quick work. Ah, what? Hot. Very hot. Glove department. Now, to square everything up, we're going to take our speed square again, just to square it up. See? So we're going to line it up, get it all squared up, and then we use the sander. Straight. Now, we've got to figure out how hot. Now we got to figure out, yeah, where our bins go. So hot. Another thing I like to do is put a little tape on it. That way you don't scar this all to crap whenever you're trying to bend it. So I run tape right up to the line, to the line, to the line. That way you don't scratch it all to hell whenever you're trying to do this. And then I'm gonna stick it right here in the vise, okay? We're gonna stick it right there in the vise into this. Let me move this over so y'all can see my pretty little face. Oh, yeah. Y'all see that? Y'all see that right there? Good, okay. So we're gonna run some tape on this here thing at 1 inch, okay? Or at the 1.5 inches, whatever it was. That way, whenever we stick it in the, you gonna focus, please? Anyway, there's a dot right there. Let me feel if I touch that. All right, so you see a dot right there? That's the spot where we're gonna bend. So I like to put tape on it so it don't scratch all the hell. And then we're gonna go ahead and cover up this next spot but you should be able to just rotate all the way around and do the same thing. So if that makes any sense. That way the dot is still exposed. And then you should be able to see the dot through there. And if you can't, just kind of look at it. Remark. All right, we got it all taped up. Where the, oh, I covered up the mark again. Okay, back at it. So that's our mark, and that's our mark. So you don't want to bend this at 90 degrees because it ain't gonna work. So you're gonna stick this thing in there, and you gotta remember which way the bend needs to be. So like this first bend is obviously going to be this way to get it nice and flush down. And then throw yourself a little tape. Time out. And I'm sure you guys all know how to do this, but for the two people that don't, I'm gonna show you. And getting tape off of a roll with gloves on, impossible. Impossible. So then I can cover up this little doodaddy like that. Now, please hold. Come back. Okay. And then take a piece of wood like this. Take a little piece of wood. That way you don't scar it up. And put it right there on the edge. And it creates that nice bend. Okay? Now, as you can see, we didn't scar anything up. Quit. We didn't scar it up, we didn't bang it up, nothing. Okay? And that's, get off me. That's our first bend. That's where our radiator is going to go in. Our radiator plug. And if you can see, I don't know if it's focusing or not, but it has a perfect line. So that's going to sit on the car like that. The next one needs to come out. So we're going to set it on that next bend, and make sure you go a little bit above the mark. That way it'll allow for the actual bend. If that makes any sense. What I like to do, just to double check myself, is to measure 1 3/4 1 3/4. It was perfect. Bend that dude on over. And now, since it's on the back side, we don't really need the wood. Except for, you're not going 90 degrees on this. Okay? And it makes your plate. Follow? Get off me, you crazy mother. Get off me. Okay. So we're gonna take this over to the ride. And this is what I was talking about the difference. Okay? So it's gonna sit up there basically like that, right? It's gonna sit on there like that. But I want it to go from here to there, but you have this humpy lumpy, right? So we're gonna go, what we're gonna do is we're gonna center it on there like we should, mark it where we want it, and then we're actually going to either cut or bend this out around it. Probably cut it. Another little secret you can do too, if you're trying to find the center of a hole and you can't get underneath it, you can't see it, you don't want to measure it, get your little thing of grease, put it right there on top. Just right there, lickety split like that. Know what I'm saying? You just need a smidge now. Not a whole booger, just a smidge. Speaking of booger, anyway, you get it. Okay, so as you can see, I got the little boogery thing on there, right? And I want to line this up basically right where I want it. So we're gonna stick it on there, line it up pretty evenly, and squish it down. And come right back up. See that? And I know one thing, guys, I am sick and tired of this thing not focusing. So I'm gonna be switching cameras this weekend. Anyway, so that's how you do that. You just put a little dab on there, now you know, and it actually gives you a little lubricant whenever you're, when you start drilling. All right, now since we got it cut and the hole drilled in it, you want that hole to be bigger than this pin, because you obviously got to put a grommet on it, which is perfection. See that? It's bigger. You put a little rubber grommet, be perfect. Now, since we've got this down where we need it, we need to figure out this right here. And I want it to be dang near perfect. So, So we may do a little YouTube magic on this one. And achoo! Boom! And done. So, that bad boy ain't going nowhere. Look at that. Huh? Alright, so next thing I think we need to accomplish, since that's all said and done, oh my god, look at my hat. I think we tackle the seats. I think we get the seats kind of where we need them. That way we can at least sit in the damn thing, you know what I'm saying? Let's do some seats. Oh my gosh, dang battery went dead. But I ended up working on the seats just a little bit. And I want to thank everyone for the support, the subscribers, everyone that subscribed. From the bottom of my heart, thank you very much. And we'll see you guys on tomorrow's video. Peace.